first guest tonight. My first guest tonight is a country music legend. Her brand new album is entitled For God and Country. It is a thrill for me to welcome Dolly Parton. I am ready to enlist. Lead me and I will follow.
All right. Well, how are you?
The military has to start using this uniform. That's an amazing uniform.
They may shoot me. I'm taking
No, it's
liberties,
very,
but
very nice,
I'm
you know.
very serious about this.
They should send you to Iraq right now, and all of our problems. Have you thought about going over there? It would solve all our problems.
You think so?
I think so.
I tried to join the Army, but they said my feet were flat.
Mm-hmm.
And since I cannot see them, I'll take their word for that.
Oh, my God. I was gonna...
See, the troops will
I could set my drink on there. That's pretty amazing.
But actually,
wow.
I am going to do some touring and do some shows at some of the military bases. I'm so proud of our soldiers and our troops, and we've got a lot of wonderful things.
I think you would do a lot for morale if you went over there. Bring that outfit, okay? I will just say
and
that.
That one too, and one on the cover.
I want to ask you, you have this new album right now. You've done, I read this today, 73 albums.
That's probably about right, but I've been at it a long time.
Can you even remember all of these?
No. Well, I do if I hear them. I think, oh, yeah, that was back in '02.
Right, right. Was there ever one of those 73 that you regretted? Like, you've done so much great work. Was there ever one that you thought, I wish I hadn't done that one?
Oh, you know, you've always got, when you're a songwriter, you think they're all good. It's like how everybody thinks their kids are pretty, even if they're not.
Right, right.
It's sort of like when you're doing
my family's well aware of that, yeah.
But yeah, there's songs. I wrote this song once about it's about a man that owned a bunch of oil wells, and I was trying to, you know, marry him.
Right.
It says, I'll always love you, I'll always care, I'll always love you, I want you always dear. That was before I will always love you.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna work on that.
I don't want to throw rice, I want to throw rocks at her. She took the only love I had. I don't want to throw rice, I want to throw rocks at her. But if I do
terrible. I mean, you've written so many great songs, but like, that doesn't really roll off the tongue. I don't want to throw rice at her.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm going to throw rice, but I'm going to cook it first.
Right,
it's like,
right.
But you write all these things. Remember those old songs years ago, like Don't Squeeze My Charmin? And, you know, people used to write that, and country music was famous for it. But yeah, I got some suckers in there, but
I looked up your least popular album of all time. I actually looked it up today. I found it, and it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. It didn't go over. I don't know why.
Don't you think?
That was me as the cowboy pervert right there. You know, you talk a lot about how you grew up and you were quite poor when you grew up, and that you actually ate things that you caught.
Well, yeah, you do in the mountains when you're country people. It sounds awful when you read it and people think, oh, you go around eating possum and groundhog and squirrel and rabbit, but that's what you do. You don't, you either that or you go hungry.
What is it like? For example, what does it taste like? What does squirrel taste like?
It's good. It's sweet. It tastes like chicken. It's just it tastes like rabbit. People still serve rabbit in restaurants. I've even seen rabbit served in.
So in Central Park, if I see a squirrel go by, I should grab it. You see.
Well, I don't eat that anymore, but there's nothing better than possum under glass.
Is that true? No. Do people eat possum? Because I grew up. One of my favorite shows of all time, Beverly Hillbillies, and Granny's always cooking up possum, and I thought, is that real? Do people eat possum?
Well, if you're really, really in bad shape, you eat possum. My dad never would let us eat possum. He said, that ain't nothing but a damn rat. And it's true.
Then he said, pass the squirrel.
Pass the squirrel.
I'm not eating that. Squirrel. Right.
But like I say, you do what you do when you're brought up like that.
Sure. Now, what do you do? Tell me what kind of things, like growing up in Tennessee, what'd you do for fun?
Oh.
If, you know, there obviously not a lot of money to go around, and today, you know, a lot of people say kids are spoiled. They got the video games and, you know, movie theaters. What did you do for fun?
Well, we had lots of homemade toys. We had each other to play with, that's for sure. We didn't have toys. But anyhow, the big things for us was like to go swimming at the suck hole. There was this, well, that's the name of it. It was a place, you know, at the river that had a bunch of rocks.
We had one of those in Times Square, and then they cleaned it up, you know.
They didn't like us to go there because there was like like a bunch of rocks. And,
a bunch of rocks?
And then, like, underneath there were caves, but it was like real deep, cold water. And it was the best place in the world to swim, but you could get sucked under.
Right.
And so everybody in the whole county called it the old suck hole. So it was like you'd ask. They even had baptizings down there.
But you could get pulled in. It's like a giant toilet.
Yeah.
You could get pulled in underneath the rocks.
And it was dangerous. Your parents didn't like you to go, but you know how a bunch of rowdy kids are. But we made it. Sometimes I look back on that and I wonder how we did. But it was a good life.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you now, things have gone so well for you. I know that you're a sucker for infomercials. You love infomercials, and you love to buy you buy too much of that stuff. Is that true?
I have a weakness for it because as a kid, my grandmother was bedridden, and I used to help her, spend time with her, and like brush her false teeth and take her bedpan out. And none of the other kids would do it, but she used to order things for me out of the catalog. And I just got hooked on that as a little kid in the wish book. So now I get on airplanes, all those gift magazines, every infomercial, everything I see, I order it. And I think when I'm seeing it that I can't live without it, and then I get all this stuff, and I think, what on earth was I thinking?
Well, I'm the same way. When I fly on an airplane, they have that magazine, and you're flipping through it, and they'll say, you know, your dog can eat processed cheese while you're away. And like, you know, like they have these crazy things that you can buy, and it all looks good to me.
I know, and you order it. Some of the stuff's real good, but the biggest part of it's junk. But I just have a weakness for that. I think that a lot of
you just want to have it. You see it, you gotta.
Yeah.
Do you ever call up? You see it on TV late at night, and you call, and you're talking to somebody like, send me that right now. Do you ever tell them that you're Dolly Parton?
No. I tell them I'm Dolly Dean, which is my married name, but I order every exercise machine. I just hang my clothes and my wigs on it. You know, it's like I never use it.
Like, none of us actually use them. I use mine to dry pasta, you know? I just rely all on it.
But that all looks good, don't it?
Sure.
I'm
I get
just
it.
a sucker. I'm just...
We have, talk about this, the new CD, which, of course, has a patriotic theme for God and country. Tell us about the record.
Well, actually, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I think this is a great time to do it. There's a lot of great gospel-type things in it, too, like Peace in the Valley, Whispering Hope, and a few things, but a lot of fun things like G-Ma, I Want to Go Home, Ballad of the Green Beret, God Bless the USA, a lot of songs that I've written. And so it's a very uplifting album, and I thought it would be a good time. It's almost like a little musical. I talk a lot through it and kind of set up the songs and why I did them and what I think they, you know, have the importance of them.
Sure.
So I'm going to be doing one a little later that's off the album.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're going to leave now and come back and sing for us, but I wish you could stay here on the couch all night. It's so nice having you here. I wish you could just stay.
What?
I wish you could stay for the rest of the show.
I
really
wish I
do.
could too. But I can't stay though. I honestly wish I could stay, but I'm going to be doing a recording with Nora Jones a little later, so if I could stay here, I would.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd just be so nice. If you sure you just can't stay for a little bit?
No, I can't stay, honest.
It'd be great for me if you would just, I would love it if you stayed.
I would stay, but if I should stay, well, I would only be in your way. Can you hold it down over there? So I'll go, and yet I know that I'll think of you each step of the way.
Bittersweet. That's all I have, and all I'm taking with me.
That's beautiful.
So goodbye. Please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need.
But I will love you. I will always love you.
Dolly Parton, everybody. She'll be back later on the show. I made you laugh. All I wanted. All right, everybody, we're back. It's all good, my baby. It's all good. Great show tonight. Great show. Coming up tomorrow night from the movie Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, Russell Crowe is going to be joining me. That's right. That's right. We're cooking with gas here. From the show Mismatch, Elisa Silverstone gonna stop by. Musical guest. This is cool. Andrew WK gonna be here. I'm liking that show. I like all the shows now. I was not a fan of this show for many years, and now I'm won me over.